Hey guys, I'm Landon Smith with Remax Professionals, and today I wanted to tell you my process that I like to go through for selling a home and what kind of happens in the background as we're prepping to visit with a seller and help a homeowner get their home sold for top dollar. So, there are a few things that we do. The first thing is a deep level of homework on the comps. So, on the initial call, I like to talk with the homeowner that's looking to sell, find out as much as I can about the home, about the history of the home, find out if there are any intangibles, anything that I should know that would help the home sell for more, find out, if there is an advantage to their location. I always look on Google Maps to find out, is there a park or do they have a lot of businesses nearby, a lot of jobs nearby? Is there open space is a big one. Lakes, golf courses, views, all of those things matter as far as valuation goes. And then I hit the comps. So we'll go in and it takes me typically a few hours to create a good listing presentation that will, you know, really be adequate for the home. And I understand that this homeowner has spent years, building equity in this home. They paid a lot of payments. They've done everything they can to, treat the home right and take care of it. So I want to do my best to make sure that I'm prepared when I get there and that I can go over all the elements of the science behind what other homes have sold in their neighborhood and why, and what adjustments we needed to make based on their home, which is our subject property, so that we can know the right value and approach it that way. And so after pouring through those, we identify 3 active comps, 3 under contract comps, and 6 sold comps that have actually already closed within the last 6 months typically. If we can't find what we're looking for in the last 6 months, we might go out a little further area or we might go back a little further in time and adjust for appreciation, just as a side note. But once we have that together, we look at that and then we go through all of the pictures for every one of those homes that has sold or is on the market to identify, what does the condition look like? How updated is it? Are there any quirks to the floor plan that would be kind of weird for people? Or is it a great floor plan? And how does that compare to our subject property, right? And then I'll also go through all of the maps, determine location and any adjustments there, and then rank them from 0 to 10 on my market analysis. So I'll actually write it on the side of each of one of those comparable sold properties. And then comes the listing appointment day, right? So I'll show up. I always like to greet the seller with a smile and tell them something awesome about their home, that I noticed. And there's always something, right? There's always either the landscaping looks great or the floor plan looks great. It has really nice curb appeal. Maybe they put in a new front door, painted it, have a new address sign. There's got to be something nice that you can say. So I always try to do that. And then after I go inside, I always take off my shoes because I think it's so important to be respectful when you're in other people's homes. And then I get the tour. And so, I like to ask, all right, who would like to give me a tour? And whoever steps up first is usually the one that likes to control the process a little bit more, right? So it's good to know that too when I'm working with people, and then I go through the home, take the tour, look at everything in detail. I like to just be very complimentary, but I'm also taking into account, things that could be updated, things that could give a good return on investment if they were updated, and any recommendations that I might have for them. And so as I do that, we go through, it usually takes 10, 15 minutes to go through a house, depending on the size. And then we usually go to the kitchen counter or the kitchen table and sit down and go over the presentation, right? And my approach is I want to make sure that they know that their home will sell. There is a buyer for their home, and there always is, right? It just depends on the price. And so we start going through. I always express gratitude for the opportunity and then walk them through my history, of doing this for 17 years now and, helping over 850 people through a buy or sale. That experience is definitely been valuable to me. I learn something every time, because every person's different, every house is different that we work with. And then after that, we go and show them my marketing plan, show them all the things that we can do for them to get them top placement on Zillow, Homes.com, Google, YouTube, and all the places that really matter, and how we can be on over 80,000 different websites with their home in the top placement to make sure that they're getting the maximum number of showings possible. And luckily, Remax is such a great company that helps me with that, with our staffing and all the tech help that we have the ideal formula for that. And so we go through that, and then I'll show them all the comps one by one, go through them and help them understand what adjustments I made in my research. And now that I've walked through the property, now I can really narrow down my price range that I give someone to a much thinner range that'll help them more as far as identifying that target price point that we need to be at in order to sell the home for top dollar. And I'll also talk about strategy. You know, how it doesn't make sense to price your home really high and just test the market because urgency just flies out the window. You know, and condition. If you show your home in a condition that's just kind of average, people aren't going to get emotional about it and get super excited most of the time. And so if we can put a little bit of you know, cosmetic help into a home, a lot of times it will create that emotional appeal where people may even be competing and trying to get it because they have a fear of missing out. And then time on market. You know, the longer you're on the market, the less you get for your home. So just going through some of those things, and then also going through the plan of what to expect as far as how many showings you should expect, you know, each week. And if we're not getting that, if that's not coming true based on what our expectations are, then, you know, here are the adjustments that I would recommend making ahead of time. Okay. Telling people what to expect and what's coming is something that people, sellers and homeowners, tend to be very grateful for, because so often the number one complaint with the National Association of Realtors is that my agent didn't tell me what was next. They didn't tell me what was coming. And the second highest complaint is my agent didn't communicate with me enough, right? And so those both kind of go together. And so I tell them about what my communication plan is as well, and how we're going to not only involve the internet, right, and maximize that, but we're also going to involve the neighborhood and talk to their neighbors and ask all their neighbors, you know, do you have someone who you'd like to make your neighbor, and give them that opportunity within the neighborhood, since they already love the schools, they already love the area, right? So those are a few things that I like to do in the process of getting a home sold. Once we have that plan, I like to write in on my book that I give the homeowner. Here's the project that I recommend that you do. Here's the approximate cost. Here's the return on investment for that. And then here's the contractor who I would call to get that work done. Okay. So the homeowner walks out being empowered by a plan and also contacts that they can call to get the work done and get their home up and running so that it's cosmetically enhanced and ready to go on the market. And once that's happening, we're doing a coming soon campaign to try to generate momentum after we get the listing agreement signed, so that we can have the maximum number of people looking at that home by the time it hits the market. Usually we have multiple showings set on our listings before they even hit the market. And so that's my approach all the way up to the market day, right? And then typically it depends on the season, the time of year. I don't like to set expectations. Kind of looks arrogant when you say we'll accept showings until this date and then we're going to review all offers, right? I don't like to do it that way. I like to just put it on the market, see what starts to come through, right? And then based on the activity, we may set a deadline for offers or something like that later on. And so that's you know, a little bit about our process and how we like to do things to get a home sold for top dollar. And obviously it's a long process. You got getting the earnest money in, you've got the disclosures, you've got the inspection, you've got the appraisal, you got the final walkthrough, and then you've got the closing date. And so there's all those steps are important, and we coach them through what to do in each of those steps to prepare for those so that it goes smoothly. And there's actually a little video that I like to send out to our clients for each step of the process, of me kind of walking them through it or congratulating them or, you know, helping them through that stage. And then after that, most importantly, I like to keep in touch with our clients and make sure that they know that we care about them more than just, you know, earning a commission check, right? They're important to us. And I love all the friends that I've been able to develop over my years of helping people in real estate. I feel like I've gained a lot of friends throughout the process, so I still keep in touch with, I still love to call and check in with. And that's why I love doing this business. I love real estate because of the relationships that I've been able to develop over these 17 years. And that's why I continue to do it. And, you know, I'm committed to continuing to do that going forward. So hopefully this has helped. If you're looking into me and my business and working with me, you know, I hope you found this helpful. And or, you know, maybe you're another agent looking into how to do this or that sort of thing too. So either way, thanks for watching. And I would love for you to subscribe to my channel so that you can get more videos, you know, content on best practices, spotlights of communities or businesses in Colorado, and property tours that I post on my YouTube channel. So thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.